This is Brent Stafford. I'm here with Dot O'Hara Pinkham, and we are outside the one of the Missouri Department of Revenue fee offices. And Dot, tell us what's going on here.
Well, I'm actually coming to get my driver's license renewed today.
Okay.
And I've been very concerned that they are still scanning our personal documents for just our driver's license, which is a driver's license I've had since I was 16. So silly, they know that I'm a citizen and they know everything they need to know about me.
Right.
I know that they stopped the practice for CCW, but what's the difference?
Sure. So for the people who are the viewers, in the past, to renew your driver's license, you just came in with your expired license and you were able to get a new one. Now they're asking for a lot of source documents, and now they're actually scanning them into a database. So what are you going to do when you go in? You got your documents?
Well, I brought everything that I need to bring, and I'm just going to ask them if they are still scanning. Show them that I have it. I don't want to let it really out of my hands. And if they are still scanning, I'm just going to say, I'm sorry, you can't have it. Are you refusing me my driver's license?
Okay. So again, so she's got all the documents that's required. They can review them, which is what they've done in the past. But the new thing is they're scanning them into the database, and you're not going to let them do that.
No, I do not want them scanning my information and sending it to anyone federal.
Well, that's part of the problem. Is there's some of these documents have been released to federal agencies, and that's one of the big concerns. Not only that is the fact that this was it's against state law, that they're not supposed to retain these documents at all, and they are. And so that's a violation of current law. There is legislation to clarify this, but it's pretty clear they're violating state law now.
Right. None of this was done with the approval of legislature, and I'm just adamantly...
You're ready to take a stand.
I am. I would urge anybody else that needs to go and renew their driver's license, don't let them do this. This is outside of the law, and they have no right to or need to collect this information on us.
So depending on what happens here, you may look at some legal options, or join with a class action, or other options?
I will do what I have to do. I'm an American citizen. I have a valid driver's license. I don't want to be held hostage. My driving privilege is being held hostage for.
Well, and you're a Missouri citizen, and this is Missouri law that we're talking about.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, at this point, we'll go ahead and go in and see what happens, and we'll come back when that's all done, and we'll talk about the aftermath of what happened inside.
Hi, there you go. Later, I'm going to give you my driver's license.
I need a birth certificate or a passport.
And I have, you have that here, right? I have all my documents, marriage certificate, but I don't want this. Okay. Thank you. So, I mean, you can look at them, but I don't want this.
I have to scan them.
That's outside of the law, though. My understanding.
Can I have the next person in line, please?
I can call Jefferson City.
Yeah, that would be.
Let's see what you got.
I don't mind showing
You can turn that off, sir. Not allowed in here. Turn it off right now. Okay, leave.
Why is this
out of the
not
office?
allowed?
Out of the office. Out of the office. Now.
Why is this not allowed?
Out of the office, please.
Are you saying I cannot get my driver's license when I come with everything?
Are you refusing to give her her driver's license?
I have to have certain documents scanned.
Okay, so what are you planning on
I'm
doing with the
asking you to leave
documents?
the office.
What are you planning to doing with the documents once you get them?
Jefferson City.
Okay, she does not want her documents scanned.
Do you want a Missouri license?
It is against
Yes,
Missouri
I want a
state law.
Missouri license, not federal stuff.
You turn that camera off, or I'm calling the police.
I didn't
You
see
want me
any
to?
signs coming
It is
in
against
that
the law to scan her
prohibited that.
documents.
Ma'am. I was looking
Have
for
a seat up there,
signs.
please. Have a seat up there,
Are you
please.
phoning the police?
Have a seat up there, please.
Are you phoning the police?
I'm calling Jefferson City.
Okay.
Have a seat up there.
No, thank you. We're documenting this.
You can document it.
I did not see anything posted.
I don't want me on camera. And I think I have that right.
You do. I know you don't.
That won't let me scan anything in to issue her driver's license.
You can look
He's
at it, see it's
videotaping.
valid.
With his phone. I've asked him to leave the office. They will not.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. He told me to call the police. And you'll have to leave. I'll give you Jefferson City's phone number, and you can take it up with them. This is a harvester license office. I have 2 customers in here that will not leave the office.
All right. It's obvious you're not going to get your license. Let's go ahead and go.
I'm going to get the number from her and you go.
Okay.
Okay, so we just finished watching what happened there. So now Kenny's left, and now what happened?
Kenny left, and the woman was on the phone at that point to ostensibly Jeff City, she told me. She had a little business card, and she jotted down the number. She said, you can call Jeff City if you want. We repeatedly asked, does this mean I cannot get my license? And I was told, no, you cannot. I'm doing my job, which of course she was. She would not give me my license. She kept trying to delay me as she was murmuring on the phone, getting my name and my birth date, and I knew she was delaying me because the police were on the way.
Right, so she wants to be able to make a police report now, and now she never got Kenny's name and information, just yours.
No, correct.
So
Correct.
Kenny, Kenny and I have had run-ins with the St. Peter's Police in the past, so it's probably a good thing to keep his name out of this one. But now they'll know. So Kenny, the famous cameraman, was at work again. But so now she's on the phone and she's trying to delay you. So how did it finish up?
It finished up when I said, as she's murmuring, are you going to give me the name of the person I'm supposed to be calling? And she kept holding up her finger, just 1 minute, and I said, I realize what you're doing, thank you for your help, and I walked out quietly and without a fuss. Everything was quiet, nothing was...
So meanwhile, I was outside. I never did go inside the Department of Revenue office. I'd seen Kenny prior to Dot coming out and advised Kenny it might be better for him to go ahead and leave the area. And then Dot came out, and Dot and I got in her car. And as we were leaving, two different police cars pulled into the parking lot, and we were able to leave without having to interact with the police. And so that's why we're at another location now. But now, so she refused to be on camera, right?
She just said, I do not want to be filmed.
Well, I don't think she gets a choice. Now, what we'll do here is I'm going to contact some people, including the Attorney General's office, but these fee offices are government entities. Even though they're private,
They're contracted.
We have to interact with these people by law. They're carrying out a function of our state government. And so even if they can try to claim they're not a governmental body, at the very least, they're what's called a quasi-governmental body. And that's any group that is appointed by or works directly for or carrying out public policy and things. And so they're at the very least a quasi-governmental body. And so now in Missouri, with the Sunshine Laws and open records and open meetings laws, your interactions, more than likely are protected by Missouri law. But we'll verify that, and we'll amend that to the story, and I'll make sure I contact the Attorney General's office. It may be a little bit late to do that still today, but we'll get a ruling from the Attorney General's office, or not necessarily a ruling, but a verbal opinion. It's not an official opinion unless it's in writing by a legislator. But we'll see what we can find out on that. And if we find that that it is a protected right to film what's in fact a meeting with a public official, we'll go back and we'll get them on camera again, and we may not take dot, but we'll go in there and we'll talk with them, because the law seems to be clear in my mind that they can't refuse someone to film. But today we didn't need to go down that road and interact with police and go too much further. But my guess is there's probably a police report, and they have cameras, so no doubt they're reviewing the footage that they have of Kenny and Dot, and Kenny and Dot don't get to say they don't want to be on camera. They're on camera. They don't get a choice.
That's right.
So we'll look into that angle on this a little bit more. So now you don't have your driver's license. It's getting ready to expire.
It's getting ready to expire, so it will be expiring on the 25th, which I'm sure they're looking all that up and know where I live and everything. So I may get a visit from them later. I don't know. And if so, I will at least have a voice recorder on.
Sure.
Yeah,
these days you have to record everything.
I know.
It's just imperative.
It's very sad.
Now, are you going to seek out legal counsel at this point?
I am going to review my options. I believe that there may be a class action group of people getting involved that have been denied the same right that I've been denied. And we'll see how we can proceed from there. But yes, I feel like definitely I'm an injured party. It's very upsetting to me. I'm 57 years old. I've had my license since I was a teenager, done everything I was supposed to do, and this is just a slippery slope that our government is on, and trying to get away with whatever they can get away with, and overriding our states' rights and our personal liberties. And I just could not be a party to enabling them in doing that. And I felt deep in my heart that I had to do this.
Well, and again, on its face, it does appear, and there's many Missouri legislators who agree that this is a violation of Missouri law, what they're doing with these scannings. So we'll follow up, and we'll stay in touch with whatever actions you take. And
Absolutely.
We're definitely on top of this entire Department of Revenue issue. Not only the issue with the biometric, the cards and the implementation of Real ID and the scanning of these documents, but also the release of the CCW information to the feds. We're going to be on top of this entire issue until it gets resolved and the people of Missouri are protected like they're supposed to be. So any last thoughts or words?
No, I'm just going to wait and see how the dust settles from this, and I'm sure we'll be in touch, and I'm sure I'll hear something.
Well, thanks for calling us when you were going to do this. We're happy to come and be at your side.
I appreciate both of you helping me out. I just didn't want to go in there and not have any documentation of what went on. So I feel at least protected in that area, and I appreciate it.
Well, this is Brent Stafford along with Dot and our cameraman Kenny. This has been a special report for Paradigm Shift, and we'll keep fighting for you.